Now, you're confused about niches. I used to be. And I could never understand, everybody would say, oh, you need to pick a niche. You need to separate yourself from the crowd. You need to go somewhere small where nobody else exists. And then you need to plant your flag there and build your business. Now, it took me a while to understand niches. Maybe I was just a bit slow on the uptake. But if you find that if you are confused about niches, I'm going to give you a simple process to think about when it comes to what you should be doing, who you should be creating your content for. So say, for example, maybe I'm a big dog lover. So I decide, well, I'm going to create a dog blog. Now, I can write blog posts generally on all dogs, but because we have a Border Collie, I say, right, I'm going to base my blog on Border Collies. So what I've done is I've moved down from the general niche of dogs, and I have selected Border Collie. So I've moved into a smaller category. Now, I could stay there, I could create content on that topic, but I could go smaller than that. Now, a way to find out a smaller category is to think about the person you're looking to help. Maybe you have an affiliate product that is only, catering to a particular gender or age group. Well, then you can create your content for them. Now, to explain that a little bit better, say for example, right, I have my Border Collie blog, but I want to go smaller than that. So what I do is I think to myself, who is my end user? Who am I creating this content for? Now, people who could have dogs could be a single person. They could be maybe a couple. Could be a married couple. Could be a married couple with kids. Could be maybe an elderly couple. Or could be maybe an elderly person. So I'm sure you can see that, that Border Collie category is broken down into smaller categories now, as I'm thinking about the end user. Now you're probably thinking, well, how is that going to help me? Well, I want you to think about it for a moment, right? If I'm creating content for someone who's single and they've got a Border Collie, they're probably going to be asking questions like, I'm away at work all day. What can I do to entertain my dog? What can I do to make sure they don't break out of the yard and escape while I'm away? So they're going to have their problems. So I would create content for their problems. But what if this person I'm writing to is an elderly person? They're going to have different questions. They're going to have questions like, I'm not as mobile as I used to be. I'm not as fast. I can't keep up with the dog. How can I make sure that the dog gets plenty of exercise even though I can't keep up with him? So I'm sure as you can see that when we look at our end user, our content is going to be different. So think about that when you are maybe selected a niche. Don't just think about the categories, but also think about the end user. And that's going to separate your content from everyone else. And then you might say, well, that's a very small category, like elderly people at Border Collies. Well, what I'd say to you is it's very easy to get well known in a small niche and then just expand out and expand out. You can't go the other way. You can't start broad and then work your way down. It's better just to put a flagpole in the ground and say, this is where I'm starting. This is a small group of people that I am helping. This is the area that I want to get known in, and then just expand out. Because you will find that people who will probably read the elderly content could be maybe a single person, could be maybe, a married couple or people with kids, and those questions will probably be a little bit relevant to them, and they're probably going to read that content or watch your videos to get those tips and tricks. So that is an easy way to, get the idea of niches sorted in your head. Start off with a broad topic, go for a sub-niche, and then think of the sub-niche that you are going after. Who is the end user that you are going after? And that'll move you into a smaller niche, which means that whenever you're creating content, it will be for an ideal person. And as I said, you will start to get known in that little category, and then you can expand out from there. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.